Alright guys, gals, friends, family, Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft, back with you with another super exciting video. And I'm super stoked I get to do episode 5 of season 9 of Alone, friends. The name of this episode is The Land Giveth. And it starts out with a quote from James Russell Lowell. And the quote is, "One thorn of experience is worth a whole wilderness of warning." All right, friends, let's get right into it. Day 21, 8 people remained, and the show goes right to Benji. It's 41 degrees. It's about 9:30. Benji, 46 years old, from Bellevue, Idaho. He's talking about how he needs to wait on the bear, friends. He says it's not cold enough, and he put that game camera over by the beaver guts, and he saw that decent-sized black bear eating those guts. But he says he wants to wait because he's not ready for bear meat yet. He says it's not cold enough. He's worried about trichinosis. So he works on his shelter. We see him make a nice wiki-up-style shelter, friends. All right. Day 22 now, about 10:30 in the morning, and the show moves on to Jessie. Jessie's 49 years old, from Pagosa Springs, Colorado. She's hunting a grouse, friends. We see her shoot, she misses. She's very hungry. Goes back, works on her shelter, and we get the name of her shelter. She's calling it Hodgepodge Lodge. It's a combination of a bunch of different styles shelters, friends. So Hodgepodge Lodge for Jessie. All right, the show moves on to Adam, about 11 o'clock in the morning. Adam, 36 years old, from Fayetteville, Arkansas. And we see him shoot a squirrel right through the eye. Hits another squirrel right through the head, friends. He's got 2 squirrels for dinner. He's got that cool shelter, and he brought that tarp for one of his 10 items, friends. So he has a nice window with the tarp cover, and he has a nice door, friends, on that shelter. All right, have you guys noticed on this season of Alone, where they're getting a lot more graphic, a lot more gory with the animal kills? That's what I noticed, friends. All right, 2:45 in the afternoon, day 22, the show moves on to Juan Pablo, 30 years old, from Manitoba, Canada. And we learned from Juan Pablo, he's drinking water. He's not boiling the water, friends. He's drinking it straight out of the river. He says he's Mexican. He's got a hard stomach, friends. And he says he's saving a lot of time and a lot of calories by not boiling that water. And we see Juan Pablo make a nice dock for fishing. He says he needs to get out there a little farther with this fishing line, friends. All right, day 23 now, 9:30 in the morning. The show moves on to Carrie Lee. Carrie Lee, 57 years old, from Sandpoint, Idaho. And she needs food, friends. So she goes out squirrel hunting, finds a nice open area on her lot, and she shoots and kills the squirrel. And I notice she has no finger guards on her finger for her bowstring, friends. That's kind of interesting. All right, day 23 still. And now the show moves on to Tom, 35 years old, from Earlysville, Virginia. And he builds a new shelter. Very nice. Digs into the side of the hill. Makes that nice killer fireplace out of rock and clay. And he says he needs to go check his snare lines, friends. He says it's morally correct to check those snare lines daily, and we see him get a nice white rabbit on a spring pole snare, friends. We see him make that rabbit stew that night. All right, Show goes back to Carrie Lee. She wakes up singing that Waniska song, and that's a Cree word, means to awaken. Waniska, awaken in the Cree native language. She goes down to the river, and we see her catch a very nice big trout, friends. All right, day 24, Juan Pablo, 40 degrees. He's fishing off that dock, friends, and he catches 6 trout. We see him catch 6 off that nice dock that he built. All right, show moves back to Benji now. And he wakes up and he's sharpening his axe, friends, with the rock. And we see him make a nice fleshing beam to clean that beaver, to get the rest of that, to flesh the rest of that fat off that hide and off that beaver tail, friends. And he has that salt. Benji brought that salt as one of his 10 items. So he's thinking he's mixing beaver fat with salt, and he's going to be good to go, friends. Benji bumps his grouse, and on his 3rd shot, he gets that grouse. He misses the first 2. He gets that grouse, and we see him eat grouse with beaver fat that night, friends. All right, day 25, and the show goes back to Adam. Adam's stomach's sick. He's laying in bed eating berries, trying to deal with that stomach sickness, and he thinks he has giardia. He stays in his shelter all day, friends. Day 26 now, back to Benji. Benji's feeling sick. He wakes up and he tries to do his qigong, some forced laughter, and tries to get that sickness moving out of his stomach. And he goes down, looks for some yarrow to help with that stomach sickness, friends. Not doing good. All right, it's day 26. Joe goes back to Adam. Adam's got that giardia. He's feeling a little bit better. He looks to harvest some birch bark. He does. We see him go find some birch trees. He gets a little bit of that inner bark, makes a nice birch bark tree, drinks that tea, and he's feeling a whole lot better, friends. Friends, but not Benji. Show goes back to Benji. We see Benji get up. He takes his sleeping bag down to the bank of the river, and he sleeps on that bank all day. He is not doing good, friends. And I thought Benji was going to win this show. Woo-wee. Day 27, Benji's got beaver fever, friends. He's sick on her dog, and I thought Benji was going to win this show, season 9, friends. And on episode 5, Benji taps out, friends. That's where the show ends. The land giveth, and the land taketh away, baby. Benji taps out. The show ends there, and we're down to 7 people, friends. I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. Please subscribe before you leave. Hit that bell icon in that drop-down menu. Do select all, friends. Give the video a like. This is season 9, episode 5 recap, friends. And as always, God is good, God is great. I'll see y'all on the next video, because we've already got a date.